Well, can you believe this year our top stocks in the QQQ ETF are up 99.5%? Is this even a contest? And remember, folks, if you want to live on this beach like Jimmy Buffett used to at one time, you've got to learn how to invest even better than Warren Buffett. And let's look at the year to date. These are the QQQs. We had 12 stocks in the QQQs at the beginning of the year. And folks, they are up, well, let's go to the QQQs, up 54% this year with just 2 days left. The S&P is up half that, less than half that. And what about our 12 top stocks? Up 99.5%. Folks, we have never had a portfolio reach 100%. We have never had a portfolio reach 99.5% until just now. So yeah, wow, what a year we have been having. And yes, this is a normal year because we're coming off lows that were made last year. So this is recap, but folks, these stocks have just blown it away. And let's look at the technology ETF. It was up 55%, 55.2%, with the S&P up 24%, as we said. Now, the top stocks that we picked, the top 6 stocks that we picked for this ETF are up 73%. Now, if you were long or short, let's go back to the last slide for a second. If you were short, in other words, we have a portfolio that is long the stocks and then short the ETF so that it's a hedge portfolio at all times. So if you did that with the QQQs up 54%, we were short the QQQs but long the top stocks. So bottom line is you would have been ahead 45%. Folks, just about doubling the S&P 500 with much, much less risk than the S&P 500. Now let's go to the technology. Same thing. It is up 55%. The top stocks are up 73%. So if you were in a hedged position all year long, no hedging when this moves up or when that moves down, you're hedged all year long, you would have been up 18.1%, just a little bit under the S&P 500, but much, much less risk. Let's look at the semiconductors, same type of thing here. Semiconductors up 36%. The top stocks in the semiconductor, and we had to change a stock in there because Max Linear was not doing too well for us, as you can see. So we lost a lot of money on that, but we had other stocks that really gained, especially NVIDIA. So the top stocks up 82%. So if you were in a hedged position all year long, you were short the XXD, which is the semiconductor ETF that we use, and you would be long these stocks, so you would be ahead 45%, folks. Again, almost doubling the S&P 500. So let's look at our combined portfolio, which we just came up with. So we haven't been in this all year. We haven't even been in it 6 months. But we decided to combine, rather than buying the technology stocks and then shorting the technology ETF, or buying the semiconductors or buying the QQQs and then shorting all of them. What we did is we combined those portfolios. So we took the best of the technology stocks, the best of the semiconductor stocks, and the best of the QQQ stocks. And this portfolio, with the QQQ up 54%, the top stocks in this portfolio up 86.7%. If you were hedged all year long, you'd be up 32.2%, way ahead, about 50% more than the S&P 500, with much, much less risk. So folks, we have a good strategy here. It's worked for us in the past, and boy, oh boy, is it working for us great this year. So let's look at a few things that are worrying me, because now here we are at the end of the year and the market is down, and I'm recording this during the middle of the day, so the market is down a bit. That is giving us a short-term sell signal. Now, folks, don't get me wrong. We have good feelings about 2024 because, number one, it's an election year. Number two, the Federal Reserve said they're going to lower interest rates 3 times in 2024. That's always good for the market. It's good for the economy. But right now, we're seeing some weakness in the market here, and we can see these are the QQQs. The QQQs have done very, very well, but it looks like they're turning over, and down here the intermediate term indicator is just about to turn down. Now, again, we're not at the end of the day yet, so we're not sure if this is going to turn down or not, the intermediate term indicator. Let's look at the technology. Same thing. We've got this divergence, bearish divergence here on the very, very short-term signal. But down here on the intermediate term signal, it looks like this black line has crossed down over that red line. So that does not make us happy at all. Let's look at the semiconductors. Same thing, exactly the same thing. Here we have this bearish divergence here. We have a gap that wants to be filled over here. And we have another gap down here, which we don't even want to talk about right now. And it looks like this indicator, intermediate term indicator, wants to turn down. So on Friday, we took positions. We sent an alert out that for those of you who want to hedge all the time, well, you're already hedged. For those of you who want to hedge only when our signals turn down, we just hedged Friday afternoon. So we're waiting to see what happens coming into the new year on Tuesday, folks. So we'll see what happens. But we don't like being up here in nosebleed territory with these indicators and the market in general getting weaker. So we put some hedges on, folks. But boy, oh boy, have we done well this year. So remember, folks, if you want to walk on this beach like Jimmy Buffett once did, then you've got to learn how to invest even better than Warren Buffett. And guess what? Warren Buffett cannot hold a candle to our ETF portfolios for this year. And yeah, he's a little bit green with envy, I'm sure. All right, folks, you take it easy. Have a great weekend. Have a great new year. And we'll see you in 2024.